Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about the bucket that I carry along with my trap basket. If you look back in this series, I did a quick video on what I carry in my trap basket, but we didn't talk too much about my bucket. And in my bucket I carry all my baits and lures. So I'm going to go through that just to show everybody what I carry. Now I do of course switch things in and out, but for the most part, if I'm going to go out and set anything from coyote to raccoon, this gets me along quite well. So some of the main things I have in here. Well, I guess to start, the bucket itself, this is just a 5-gallon bucket, and I put a different handle on. I actually broke the plastic handle off because they don't hold up too well. So I just used some steel cable to actually put the handle on, and that works a million times better. And then on the outside here, what I did was, at the trapping supply store, they sell these pouches that they just have on the back side belt loops to put all your baits and lures in, and I just zip tied those on the outside of the bucket, and that way I can keep all my canine lures on one side and all my raccoon lures on the other side. So we'll go through that in a second, but inside the bucket I carry just a few things. I carry a bag of sheep's wool, and that's what I usually use for all my lures. I put the lures on the sheep's wool and put that down the dirt hole. I have a small jar that I carry, and this is the bait that I make, and we can do a video on that in the future. This is my coon and fox bait. We do real good with red fox with this bait, and it's a lot of fish mixture in here. I always carry an extra can of sardines. These always work well in a pinch. And then I always keep a bag of feathers, and I have a little bit of deer skin and fur in here, and I like to use these as attractants on some of my sets. So if I'm out on the trap line and I find any of these feathers, then what I normally do is I pick them up with this bag. That way I'm never touching them, and it keeps a natural scent on those. I have a bottle and I just label everything so I don't forget. This is some red fox urine, some coyote urine, some gray fox urine, another large feather for an attractant, some more bait, some coon bait. Then I have some droppers, and the reason I have these droppers thrown in here is because of some of the containers, which I'm going to show you, of lures, like the skunk essence and stuff like that. It's easier just to use the dropper to put a couple drops on rather than trying to pour a little bit. I always make sure I carry a little bit of wire everywhere in all my trapping kits, and I also have some extra wire just in case I need to stake out a bone or something like that to use an attractant for a coyote set. Some more wire, and then there's just some feather and just some hay and stuff at the bottom. Now, right here I have a spoon attached, a plastic spoon. I just put my knife, put a little hole in, and this makes it nice and easy when you have your baits, you're putting down your trap dirt hole. You can just unclip this and you have your spoon. So that's a quick little tip, and it keeps it out in the air. You're not mixing it in with everything else. So for lures, like I said, I carry all my canine lures on one side, and I'll just go through these quick. There's so many lures out there, so many different things. The only lure that I would say I'm hooked on, that I don't think I can live without for the most part, is this raccoon lure #1 from Carmen's. I love that stuff. I buy tons of it every year, and I do really, really well with this. And I'm surprised because around here I do very good with red fox with this also. So that works hand in hand with everything. I also have some Hawbaker's raccoon lure in here, and some Night Bandit for raccoons. Now on my canine side, I have some long distance call lure. I have some coyote and bobcat lure, coyote gland lure, and this is red and gray fox special, and this is from a local trapping supply store that I deal with, Epler Fur Company. So that's what I carry for the most part. Now, of course, we have some skunk essence that we take at times, but that becomes quite stinky, as you can imagine, extracting that. So we normally keep that back until it starts to get real cold, or we're going to experiment a little bit this year with using that skunk essence for Fisher as a lure. So that's what I carry in my bucket. Now, if you watch back, like I said, I do carry a trap basket and my bucket, and they're real interchangeable. If I know I'm going for just coon, I might not carry all this. I'll just throw in my trap basket. And the good thing with having a bucket like this, I can take some of this stuff out and put it in my basket and throw some animals in here. Or I could take some stuff out of my basket and put it in here, and then put some of my animals, if I have to walk in and I can't get an ATV or a vehicle where I trap, in my basket. So it is really versatile to have a system set up like this. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to keep them coming with the trapping series. We're going to start at the very basic and work up. We didn't get any sets out yet. Trapping season just started, but it's still been quite warm, so we want them first to thicken up a little bit on the animals before we start to put our sets out. So we did start putting some of our earth anchors in and stuff like that, which I'll get some video of that for you guys. And like I said, we're going to start out, we're going to explain some traps, what you use the different traps for, and then we'll work through all our different sets throughout the year. So until the next one, thanks guys.